Hey guys, Chris here with a new deck profile. So, recently a new structure deck came out, and it is this. The Rise of the True Dragons. Rise of True Dragons. Sorry about the little slip there. But, let's zoom back in. Today I have for you my deck profile. So I bought 3 of them, as everyone else most likely did. And as you know, most channels, YouTube channels for your Yu-Gi-Oh, do buying 3 of them and making a budget deck out of it and like putting it in the best list that you can make it for. So for me, I've made my list, my version of the deck. So, I did add 2 cards in the deck. I put 1 card in the extra deck, which you will see for later, and I put 1 card in the main deck. But you can switch it out if you don't have the card for one of the cards that came with the structure. Okay, let's get into the deck profile. So for the main dragons, I run 3, Divine Dragon, I can't talk today. Divine Dragon Lord Felgrand. Yeah. And Arc Brave Dragon. So these 2 are the main cards of the deck. Screw everything else. You just need these, in a sense. So what the Divine Dragon Lord Felgrand does, when he is special summoned from the graveyard, you can banish 1 monster your opponent controls. And if you would destroy a monster by battle, you can special summon a dragon from your graveyard. Then Arc Brave Dragon, this beautiful guy right here, when he is sent to the graveyard, during the standby phase, last turn that it was sent to the graveyard, you can special summon a dragon type from your graveyard, but it cannot be another Arc Brave. So you can't target an Arc Brave with an Arc Brave. That'd be too OP. What Arc Brave does when he's special summoned is he can banish all spell and trap cards your opponent controls. Yeah. So this banishes monster cards. This banishes spell and trap cards. The perfect duo. So let's just say this is sent to graveyard by the Dragon Ravine, and you have to discard Dragon Lord Felgrand for a cost. So your opponent's turn, special summon your Divine Dragon Felgrand, banish, and then it's your turn when he or she ends the turn. Then attack, destroy a monster, Arc Brave effect, this card's effect, Divine Dragon Lord Felgrand, special summon another Arc Brave. So, pretty simple. Now for the one-ofs for the big dragons, which there's only 2. A Red Eyes Darkness Metal and White Knight Dragon. What I love about the structure deck, it just comes with a Red Eyes Darkness Metal right out of the box. It is that epic OP. All the good stuff is right there. It also comes with Breakthrough Skill, but I'm not running it, but it comes with the Breakthrough Skill, so that's pretty good. So what Red Eyes does, you can either tribute summon it, or you can activate its effect, which banished a face-up dragon-type monster to special summon it. And then, during your turn, once per turn, you can special summon a dragon from your hand or your graveyard, which you'll mainly be going into Divine Dragon Lord Felgrand from your graveyard, or Arc Brave from your graveyard, or occasionally White Knight from your hand. The reason why I'm running a White Knight in the first place is because I like White Knight's effect, and it's another level 8 for trade-in. Plus, it's a big dragon. 3,000 attack. What else would you want? So, and it also negates targets. Well, once per turn, but destruction targets, so that's pretty good. Now for our lower level monsters. Now, with every good grave deck, like any deck that requires grave effects. You're wanting to use Lightsworns. Doesn't matter which one, but make sure you have Raiden in the deck. So I'm run 3 Raiden. Raiden's first effect, you can send 2 cards from the top of your deck to the graveyard. Then Raiden gains 200 for each gains 200 attack points for each Lightsworn sent to grave. Yeah, and then at the end phase, send 2 cards from the deck to the graveyard. Well, from the top of the deck. So that means if you ever go into sending Archbrave, Divine Dragon Lord Felgrand, Kidmodo Dragon, anything that has Graves effects, they will all activate and they will all have great effects. I'll explain Kidmodo later. So, next card, I run 3 Dragon Knight of Creation. The first thing about Dragon Knight Creation is, actually I'm going to scoot this to the side for a second. Better. So the thing about Dragon Knight Creation, or Dragon Knight of Creation, sorry, when you destroy a dragon destroy a monster, you can send a dragon type from your deck to the grave. The second effect is during either player's turn, you can, during your turn, not either player's. So ignore that part. But during your turn, you can send a card from your hand to the graveyard to special summon a dragon type from your grave. And, well, tribute this, discard, then special. That's what it does. The next monster we have, I'm running 2 Paladin of Felgrand. So what Paladin does is when he's summoned, or I should say, during your turn, you can target a dragon type from your deck or your hand, and then equip it onto Paladin of Felgrand. Then the second effect is, you can tribute Paladin of Felgrand while it has a equipped material or whatever, you know, a dragon from the deck or your hand. You can just target 1 card on your field, 1 monster, destroy your monster, then tribute Paladin to special summon a dragon from your graveyard. I love that mainly because you could search from your Archbrave, equip it, then destroy a face-up Divine Lord Felgrand. Then the next turn, they're back. Plus, you get another dragon, so another Felgrand. Or the other way in reverse. Equip Felgrand, and then tribute your Archbrave. Either way, you're getting more cards and effects. So that's great. Last card is Kidmodo Dragon. I'm running 2. Yes, I am running 2, and you better deal with it. But it's your choice. You can send or switch out Kidmodo for a Decoy Dragon. But I like Kidmodo, because with this deck you're not going to really go into a dead field because you have cards to negate, and also I don't like running Decoy all the time. Then again, Decoy Dragon is a great card for defense maneuvers, because Decoy Dragon, when he's attacked, you can special summon a dragon from your graveyard, then the attack is switched onto your dragon. But then again, you already have a lot of cards to special summon, so there's no point. So when Kidmodo is sent to the graveyard, period, like at all, you can special summon a dragon from your grave. So if it's sent by the effect of Raiden, special summon a dragon. If it's sent by the effect of Foolish, special summon a dragon. Sent by the grave by the main card, Dragon Ravine, you get a special to dragon. No matter what, Kidmodo has the best effect for special summoning. Well, not the best, but it's your go-to card when you have cards to send to grave. And you could just set it, and then when it's destroyed, it's sent to grave, special summon. So there's no real point for Decoy when you have this. But then again, Decoy does have a decent effect. But I like this because it's whenever it's sent. So that rounds up for our monster cards. let's go into our spell cards, wherever I placed them. Ah, okay. Sorry, I had to find them. So the next card we have is 3 Return of the Dragon Lords. Return is technically a Silver's Cry, but it special summons any dragon. So what Return of Dragon Lords does is, when you activate it, special summon a dragon type from your graveyard. And then, while it's in the graveyard and one of your monsters or your dragons would be targeted, you can banish it to negate the target. It kind of reminds me of Super Heavy Samurai Flutist, in a way. And the next main one we have is Ruins of the Dragon Lords, or Divine Dragon Lords. It's an infinite spell, and what it does is whenever a dragon is special summoned from your hand, you can, or whenever any monster is special summoned other than the graveyard, then negate its effects for 1 turn. You're special summoning from the graveyard no matter what, so Ruins doesn't affect you. Unless you use the effect of Red Eyes Darkness Metal, or you special summon from the extra deck. But Ruins doesn't affect you. And what Ruins' secondary effect is, while it's in the graveyard, you can send a dragon type from your field or hand to grave, I believe, and then you can add it to your hand. Yeah. It won't go away. And I'm running 2 because it's too consistent and makes it so a dead draw, because you could just add it back to your hand. So yeah, I really do like the card though. The next one we have Dragon Ravine. Dragon Ravine is the spell card, or the field spell. Of course it's a spell card. What Dragon Ravine does, it's a Draguinity card, so it's really, first effect doesn't really do anything. So just go for the second effect. Discard a card from your hand, then send any level 8 or 7 dragon-type monster from your deck to the graveyard. You're mainly, whether, if you have the combination of this in your hand or this in your hand, whether you have this and this or this and this, you can activate its effect. By sending Archbrave to the graveyard, I can send Divine Dragon Lord from my deck to the grave, or the other way in reverse. So either way, I'm special summoning this, or my Divine Dragon Lord Felgrand, by using Archbrave's effect. So Divine Ravine, or Dragon Ravine, is really great, but Dragon Ravine is limited to 2. So there's a problem there. Either way, it's a great card. So next on the spell cards, I'm going to move these out of the way. I run 2 Charge of the Light Brigade. Charge is semi-limited, but it doesn't really matter. I won't run 3 either way. What Charge does is I can send the top 3 cards of my deck to the graveyard to search for a Lightsworn monster and add it to my hand. So first thing is, it doesn't matter whether or not you need the Lightsworn, you get the mill for free. So you could just send cards to the grave, and then activate whether you have monster effects or not. So that's really great. So next spell, I run 2 Trade-In. If you don't run Trade-In in this deck, you really don't know what you're doing. Because Trade-In gives you more consistency, and you can send your dragons to grave. Well, mainly your Divine Dragon Felgrand and your White Knight Dragon. But no matter what, you still get to draw some cards. Next spell we're running is 2 Terraforming. Now Terraforming will, of course, search for your Divine Ravine, or Dragon Ravine. I keep calling it Divine Ravine, I don't know why. So 2 Terraforming because I can search them out, and it doesn't really matter whether or not I have 2 or not, because even if I have Terraforming in my hand and I run out of targets, it doesn't really do anything, because you don't need to draw that many cards, because once you get your board out, it's kind of hard to stop it. So Terraforming is a really great card. And you're always going to want to go into your Dragon Ravine, no matter what. Dragon Ravine is your main card. Go into this every freaking game. Mainly first turn. Next are the final two spells, Reinforcements of the Army and a Foolish Burial. Reinforcements will add your... Just in case you milled your Charge of the Light Brigade, you can go for another Raiden, or you can go for Paladin of Felgrand, which, yeah, it's that good. But, of course, there's only one, and you can only run one because of the ban list. So it makes things a little bit more complicated, but either way, it's a great card. Foolish Burial. Foolish Burial. Send any card from your deck to the graveyard. That means your Arc Braves, your Divine Dragons, your Kidmos, anything and everything you want. So, Foolish Burial is self-explanatory in a big way. So that counts out for our spells. Next, we have our traps. 3 Call of the Haunted, 2 Oasis, 1 Solemn Warning, and 1 Needlebug. Now, before you go all ballistic, yes, I'm running 1 Solemn Warning, and yes, it does not come in the structure deck. But I will explain that later. But first, let's go into our traps. 3 Call of the Haunted. Well, of course, since I've already explained most of this, special summoning from the graveyard is key. So, that's self-explanatory. 2 Oasis. Oasis is our secondary Call of the Haunted, but it turns it into a dragon type, I think. Oh, no, I'm sorry. When it's special summoned from the graveyard, it turns into a worm type. But it doesn't really matter to me. Now, Solemn Warning is Solemn Warning. Pay 2,000 life points to negate a special summon of monster or monsters, or a normal summon. So it's great. Now, Needlebug, it's as well self-explanatory. Sending cards to the deck to the grave is key. So, now let's go back into our Solemn. You can trade out the Solemn Warning. If you don't have it in your collection, or if you're a new duelist, trade it out for a Decoy Dragon that came in the structure deck. Or, if you would like, trade it out for a Breakthrough Skill, or another Needlebug. But then again, I'd rather not use Needlebug because it's too... You only need one, so... Yeah. Just mainly these two. Or White Knight Dragon. But if you have Solemn, you're good. Now for our extra deck. We have this token, and this token. It's a great extra deck, isn't it? Oh yeah, that also reminds me, I forgot to tell you guys. Ruins of the Divine Dragon Lords, you can send a dragon from your hand, I think, to special summon tokens. Yeah. I don't use it, but it's there. Final card in extra deck. Yes, I said that was it, but I lied. If you do have it, then you're good. If you don't, then it doesn't matter. 1 Red Eyes Darkness Flare Metal.